So for the past 10 years, well, 10 to 15 years, you had a surge of Keishas applying to be correctional officers in male populated jails, right? And I made a video about this years ago saying the reason why they're doing it is so they can, have Tizzy tours with the inmates. And it doesn't matter if they're married, in relationships, they're attracted to prison pookie probably more than the pookies that's out in the free world because they're actually locked up. They can't do anything. These washed up Keishas are desirable by these jail pookies because they have no other choice but to look at them, and there's nothing around but other dudes, and they're locked up. So any one of these Keishas look like a 10 to them because they're in jail, and they know that. They know that in jail they have options of sleeping whatever pookie they want to. Out in the free world, right? The only pookies they can deal with is the community, the rat community pookies. But dealing with productive dudes, there come requirements that they can't meet. They can't meet the don't be a big back requirement, don't have the weave requirement, don't have so much makeup, and ultimately they can't meet the requirement of stop having so many kids with different baby fathers and stop getting taken on Tizzy tours. They can't meet these requirements because they're reckless and they're not disciplined. So what you're looking at right here is look how many of them. Look how many of them. Let's show how many of them has been arrested for Tizzy tours with the prison, with the jail inmates, jail and prison inmates, and also for smuggling contraband into the jail for the inmates who are also the gang members. They're smuggling cigarettes, scalpels, they're smuggling cell phones, all types of stuff in there. And they do this, and then when they get arrested, right, career goes down the drain, whatever career they had, and they end up ultimately paying a fine and doing jail time. But look how many of them. Look, I'm just going to scroll through. Look how many of them been arrested for this. Remember this one right here? This one made World Star. Remember her? He put her on, he recorded her. the jail inmate recorded her. Just look. If I stay here, showing how many were arrested for, being in these relationships with these jail inmates and smuggling contraband, I'll be here to the sun burn out. It's so many of them. It's so many stories. There's so many convictions. But I'm telling you this because I'm going to show you something that I posted in the Patreon. Shout out to the brothers in the Patreon. I want to show y'all something right here. This idiot ended up getting fired. Just got hired. Just got hired. This is her post, and she posted this, clout. I'm telling you, clout, attention, her real name. She said they done let the wrong bee become a correctional officer. She already see who she's going to be effing every night. Again, black men, what are you doing with yourselves? This is who they want, not you. That's why they get the jobs. This is the reason why they sign up for these jobs, so they can be closer to the inmates. And you know, this is their way of leveling up. Their way of leveling up is thinking, instead of waiting for them to come home, they should just go to jail with them. That's their way of leveling up. And here's the real sick part of this, right? And it needs to be talked about more. If a male correctional officer did this, and they have, right? And it was male correctional officers, whether they were Brads, whether they were Hectors, regardless who they were, right? They didn't just get fired and charged and hit with a fine. They got SA cases on them. Because while they're incarcerated, they don't have the right to consent. How come these Keishas are not getting those same charges? These guys are incarcerated, meaning they don't have the right to consent. And when I mean right to consent, I'm talking about with staff, authority figures. They are authority figures, so they are not supposed to do that, because they are essentially using their authority for abuse. They're abusing their power. Therefore, they are hit with not able to consent when it's these males that do it, but when it's these Keishas, they just get fired, hit with a fine, maybe some jail time, but they're not considered sexual predators. That's a problem, because that's exactly who they are. These are predators. This is a predator. But more importantly, you brothers better stop dealing with them, man. You can listen to me all day, every day, but a lot of y'all are still at home with a Keisha. A lot of y'all are still dating them. A lot of y'all are still taking them on Tizzy tours. You have no discipline. I don't want to hear anything from you, especially if you've been in this space, especially if you listen to me, especially if you hear me for years giving this information. If you get caught up, that's on you. I don't want to hear nothing about Keisha. If you've been here in this space, you hear what we've been talking about. We showed you evidence, and you still end up in a situation, that's on you. You end up, getting an STD, that's on you. You end up, child support, your child being taken away from you. You end up homeless because they done ate you out of house and home. They done took everything from you. They done, took your resources. I don't want to hear nothing, man. They got you fired from your job. You end up getting shot because of them. I don't want to hear nothing from you. And one way we won't hear anything from you, if you get sent to the upper room dealing with them. Those are all strong possibilities of things happening to you dealing with them. And if you still decide to do it, that's on you.
Marie Waller of Phoenix is being held on one count of unlawful sexual conduct with a person in custody, a felony charge. According to court records, Waller started a sexual relationship with an 18-year-old parolee who had previously been behind bars and was living in a residential home for juvenile offenders at the time of the relationship. Another corrections officer allegedly saw sexually explicit Snapchat messages between the two and reported the officer.